Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's STG Weekly, episode 202. Or, fuck, 208. I don't know why I said 202. Because Raiden Fighters 2. Anyway, we're going to be covering Raiden Fighters 2 today with guests Bath and Icarus. So they are both here. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
And then I'm Aquas, and I'm being hosted by Maximo as well today. So what's up, Maximo?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yep. So Raiden Fighters 2, yeah, obviously a sequel to Raiden Fighters. The Raiden Fighters game's kind of known for having like lots of little secrets and things like this that you use to do scoring tricks, such as the quick shot chaining mechanic, where you take down enemies quickly and then you build a multiplier. And then also like uncovering secret fairies and meeknesses. You have like the fairy from like Raiden 1 where you could uncover by shooting stuff, but in this like you'll be like hovering over some places and you can reveal Meekless, which is the Saibu Kahatsu mascot for quite a while. The little blue gremlin looking guy. And
yeah, it's the blue dragon from the Wiz.
Oh yeah, Wiz, right. Grab was from Wiz. But yeah, the Meekless will appear and spit out medals, and yeah, I mean, this is just a great game to cover because, yeah, like the other Raiden Fighters games, it does have a lot of secrets and stuff that's not exactly obvious from a first or even multiple playthroughs of the game. So we'll have our information to give you, and then also some links and stuff for you guys to check out afterwards. But yeah, so we're going to be watching a few replays here in the Raiden MK II run. So you have like more ships in Raiden Fighters 2. Raiden MK II is like that's kind of like the old school Raiden ship. That'll be by DGN from MAME Retro Avengers, and then 103 million replay, and then 100 million replay with the Slave ship, which is a secret ship. That's Icarus's replay, and so we'll be able to get his commentary on that, and then we'll close out with Bath's 102 million replay with the Fairy, which is another secret ship, I do believe. So yeah, that's what's going down. So what do you guys think about Raiden Fighters 2? How did you get into playing Raiden Fighters? When did you guys first play Raiden Fighters? How about that?
You want to start, Bath, or do you want me to jump in first?
I'll start. So I played the Raiden Fighters way back in the days, in 2021, and I did like it a lot, although I wasn't skilled enough to score the game. So I kind of just put it on hold for a bit. And recently I actually started playing it again, scoring a little bit, just improving my score over the months. Likely the new port is coming out, so more people can actually try it out.
Yeah, that's right, the new port. So you said you played it in arcades back in the day?
No, just on MAME.
Didn't? Oh, you
and
didn't.
MAME
Okay,
had lots of problems years ago.
Ah, okay. Yeah, how about you, Icarus? When did you find out about this game?
Actually, I had the PCB for Raiden Fighters 1 and used to play that quite a lot with my friends because I used to do house share and we had a cab there, and score attacking that was pretty good fun. So naturally, I wanted to check out RF2 and RFJ as well. I actually bought the 360 port. I actually bought a 360 rather, specifically for Raiden Fighters Aces. It was quite lucky that the cave stuff came afterwards, but yeah, I actually went all out to get the imported version of Raiden Fighters Aces and an Xbox 360 and had loads of fun with that. I have played it in the arcades though, so in Japan they do have Raiden Fighters games still in some arcades here and there, so I've got to play it there as well. But most of my experience has been in the port, which is pretty damn good actually. I think the 360 port is probably one of the best shmup ports overall that you can get for any game at the moment. It's like super accurate, lots of options, leaderboards as well, although the leaderboards do have some interesting quirks. But it's a great game overall, and I really love RF2. I think it's probably my favorite out of the Fighters trilogy, just because it's pure adrenaline and it's actually really nicely designed as well.
Yeah, I remember they on the Shmups forum we had the Raiden Fighters 2 in a shooting game tournament, back in the day, and that's kind of when I actually learned it a little bit. And yeah, it's a really fun game, and really does have a. I mean, the Raiden Fighters games, they all kind of like evolve a little bit after each other, but they all kind of have the same feel, which is like that frantic pace with like the secrets littered about.
Yeah, it's pretty fun how RF1, RF2, and RFJ all build off of each other in terms of pacing and, you know, secrets and scoring and stuff. It's a nice evolution if you go up the chain that way to see how it actually evolved from, you know, RF1, which is a lot closer to, you know, Raiden DX and Viper Phase 1 in terms of how it plays, and then you get RF2, which is like twice as fast and much more condensed in terms of scoring, and then you've got Raiden Fighters Jet, which is just absolutely insane with the multipliers and all the scoring and stuff. It's a fun way to explore, you know, Seibu Kaihatsu's older evolution in terms of how they developed games back then.
Yeah. What about you, Maximo? You got a little story?
Yeah, so my first experience with the game, maybe Fernetic knows about this, but there's a pier near me in Redondo Beach where they used to have this old arcade called like the Fun Factory, and this place was amazing. Like they had so many different machines and like a lot of really unique stuff as well. So they had like Street Fighter 3 cabs, they had the Ocean Hunter, which is like this insane Sega Model 3 like rail shooter, and then on top of it they had a cab of Raiden Fighters 2. So whenever I'd be by that area, you know, I'd throw some credits down here and there, and the only thing that this machine didn't have that I didn't realize later is there are actually like unlock requirements based on like days of operation for certain chips. And basically it's like if you don't know the button combinations or you don't have enough days of operation for the other ships to appear, like you do have a pretty limited selection of like 4 to 8 ships. But me being a kid, it's like, you know, you don't know about that. So I usually just pick something like Chaser 2000 or like Beast Wing and basically just, you know, see how far you get. And
Man,
I think, yeah.
wouldn't that be mind-blowing to like be playing the game for like a month and all of a sudden like the game has more ships and you're like, what the shit is this? What happened?
That's exactly how the game works. We need to explain that.
Yeah, it's a nice little bonus though.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about that a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Like, it must have been mind blowing, but the way that it does work is basically there's 2 ways to do this. The one is you just basically keep throwing credits in and keep the board operating for a certain amount of days. Or there's a second option that you could do where you go into the service menu and in game settings, you set both options under shooter 1, shooter 2 to 9, enable free play, and then you go to IO test where you can now see the days of operation being visible. So then you could actually hold the test switch and service switch button and then press the 2-player side start button to increase the days of operation. And what this basically does is if you hit day 15, day 43, and day 71, it unlocks a bunch of ships by default, whereas before they could only be button combo accessible. And then once you get to 71, it's like you've got the 16 or so different ships unlocked, and there's 3 additional ships that are available for button combinations. So that allows you to basically choose a lot more options for playstyle. And also different types of ships have a bunch of different properties when it comes to like shooting speed, hitbox, even movement speed is different among different ships. And if you are all interested in that, like I would really check out the Shmups Wiki article about this, because this one other player, Andrew98, he had played this game a lot about a year ago and basically put like a huge chunk of information that was kind of scattered on some different websites into this wiki article about Raiden Fighters 2 and all the different ship properties and how you are able to select different ships within the game.
Nice. Are you able to select the secret ships without any of the time build-up?
There is a way on MAME, I guess, if you use cheats. But the 360 port, as said earlier, is really accurate to the PCB and also has every ship unlocked by default.
I mean, like as far as like slave, like can you get slave through the code immediately, or do you have to wait like for that?
There is actually a really cruel
Yeah.
joke they did in this game. So on default, like days like the first day, there's actually a 10% chance of selecting a slave ship if you press both A and B.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really cruel joke.
Okay. So yeah, you can gamble to get your OP slave
Yeah.
ship.
But thankfully, after the third time, the ships are unlocked, they're owned by default.
The okay, yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's
after 81 days, I think.
That's
Oh,
okay.
so-
That's kind of cool.
This is 71 and onwards.
All right, well, we do have a lot of replays to watch, so let's try to get into some of that. We are going to be starting with the 103 million Raiden MK II replay by DGN. Bath, did you want us to look at these images, what the mechanics, before we got into that?
Let's say before going with the replays, maybe we will show off the 8 boxes for the different ships, so we have an understanding on the grazing works, because every ship has different graze box.
What about those images? So you think after?
Yeah, the last one I sent.
After the
Yeah, what is-
replay?
Maybe we can show it right now.
Okay.
With the after replay, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so we got just a thing about the meddling. If you guys want to just talk about the meddling real quick. I get the metal image up.
Yeah.
Yeah, meddling's pretty interesting in this. I mean, it works very similar to meddling in a lot of other games that feature this, where you increment the metal value up by picking them up and making sure that there's none on screen when you uncover another one, so that you get the increased value for the next one. In this one, though, they're actually tied to the amount of slaves that you have active on your ship as well. So when you have 0 slaves, you get 10 to 90 point medals. When you've got 1 slave, you get 100 to 900 point medals. And then when you've got 2 slaves, you've got 1,000 to 9,000 point medals. And then once you max out all 3 sets, you get the 10,000 point gold bars. There is a little secret which a lot of scorers should know in this game, called the X medals, where once you hit 10,000 point medals, if you leave, I think it's either 9 or 10 on screen, they all explode, which then signifies that you can actually start increasing those ones up to 100,000 point value. The thing about Raiden Fighters is that you can usually get X value medals, the X medals, in one stage if you know how to do the method correctly. I think it's easier to do it in Raiden Fighters 2 because you can do it all in one stage, whereas in Raiden Fighters 1 you actually have to split it across 2 stages, and Raiden Fighters Jet has a completely different method to do it. But the idea is to max out 10s, 100s, and 1000s as quickly as possible so that you get the gold bars to 10,000 points, and then leave a load of them on screen so they all explode, and then you can start incrementing them after that. The Micluses will be key here, because Micluses, when you uncover them, if you shoot them, they spit out medals, and they usually carry 10 of them. So you kind of want to use Micluses to increment the point value of the medals as quickly as possible. And you'll probably see that in all 3 replays, done to varying degrees, because a lot of the ships do have like different capabilities in terms of speed and shot width, which does make it a lot difficult to get the X values for certain ships. Like the Raiden Fighters, the Raiden Mark II, for example, is the slowest ship in the game, which will be kind of interesting to see how DGN actually gets the X value medals on that one.
Yeah, that's an interesting system. So yeah, you build up the 3 medal sets depending on how many slaves you have, and then you can then get the 10,000 point medal, which then will allow you to do standard medaling, where like you grab a medal on screen and it gets the next one's higher value.
Yeah, you'd need to actually leave 10 of the 10,000 point medals on screen so they all pop, and that will allow you to actually increase them. Yeah, that will allow you to increase them above 10,000 points.
So this is pretty, it's fairly arbitrary. It would take a lot of plays to really figure this out. So this is kind of one of those things with the Raiden Fighters games that we're going to want to know about. And then I'm going to bring up the image too about lives plus bombs for the slave formations. But basically, depending on your lives and bombs, combination total, you'll get the slaves in different formations. If you want to expand on that, feel free.
It doesn't really matter in the long run, although many people don't understand how the slave ships actually work. Because once you collect a new one, it calculates them again. So they just go randomly around the screen. Sometimes they own, sometimes they stay behind you, sometimes they trace. So it's really weird. This is the explanation why they do this. It's about your lives and bombs combined.
Cool. So we'll see that as well. Okay. Then do we want to preface this Raiden MK II replay with any info, or should we just get into it?
I mean,
think
besides
that might
how
be-
the ship works, maybe.
Pardon?
What
How
works?
the Raiden ship works. It's just the Raiden 2 ship with cluster bombs and
Yeah,
missiles.
so right, it's got the plasma lasers, the main shot from Raiden 2, where it starts as a narrow twin shot, and then when powered up, it turns into a laser that will continually get bigger and bends and to hit multiple targets. Very similar to Raiden 2 and DX. It's got the slowest ship speed. It does have it says it has the highest fire rate because there's different firing rates for all ships, but this shares like the same firing rate as like the ferry. Missile has homing missiles from Raiden 2, and then the bomb is the classic thermonuclear bomb from Raiden 2, where it's like it takes like 2 seconds to deploy, but then it's like the huge circular bomb that just travels up the screen.
Yeah. I thought that was cool with the Raiden Fighters games, with all the different ships. It is fun to try them all and whatnot. But yeah, we'd go with the MK2 to start, just because it's the more of the classic style ships. You'll see like the more of the fundamentals of the game with this replay. I think is why we're picking that. So let's jump into it then. We got 3 replays to do, so let's get this episode underway here. I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1 go countdown, and we shall begin. We are gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. Again, by DGN from Main Retro Avengers. Thanks for the replay.
Yeah.
So stage 1 is really hectic enough. The freestyles there contains the micros to increase the medal. With 0 slaves, he bombs instantly to get the other score mechanic of this game beside grazing, the quick shots. So if you kill something before he shoots, you get a point bonus. In this case, 50k. And beside that, that's basically the entire game. Micros, medal, grazing, and the secret bonuses. We're gonna expand on the first stage after the 3 replays. We're gonna show off stage 1 entirely. Because it's really fast. There's another micros there if you do another requirement. We're gonna explain that later. And there's another bonus here. And they actually trigger the X medals already there.
Yeah. And then that Micros there will drive up the value back to 100,000.
By doing some requirements there, he actually unlocks another micros and a bomb from the tank and another bonus. Again, we're gonna explain this later.
Yeah,
Stage
there's
1
a lot
is-
of score bonuses in this game. Like I think Baf mentioned quick shots. There's also destroyed at a time where you destroy 2 things at the same time, like there, those turrets.
if you kill
you can also
them in a 2 seconds window, you get 100k.
Yeah, there's a bit of a leeway for that one, but it's usually as close to at the same time as possible. You can also get bonuses for discovering fairies. The only thing is you can also accidentally kill the fairies if you're not careful. But you do want to uncover fairies because they give you bombs. The Mikluses, obviously, we discussed before, they appear and you shoot them and they give you 10 medals, which when you've got 100k medals is like extremely nice for scoring. But the other major scoring thing here is grazing, as you can see.
Yeah, that's a lot
Grazing-
of points. Jeez.
Yeah, grazing is pretty big in the Raiden Fighters series. It's that it ticks up incredibly fast and you get quite a lot of points. Normally, you probably wouldn't even get like maybe 2.2 million finishing the first stage here, but with a bit of grazing, you're like already 1 million plus ahead of that. Expert players will be using a lot of careful positioning in order to manipulate the bullets in directions where they can actually graze a lot easier, as you can see here, which is why the slower ships tend to be a lot better for scoring in this game. Like the Raiden Mark II, for example, here, and later on we'll see the Fairy, which is also another very slow ship that's that excels at grazing because it's also got the slave's tiny hitbox.
Yeah, that grazing is slick.
We missed the micros there, but it's fine. But this micros right here, sorry, I meant Fairy. You need to get every quick kill in that section with the planes for 20k. Another micros there if you over the pound. There's so much stuff, it's really hard to commentate on everything at the same time. This plane that goes away, if it goes away and you kill it in time, it unlocks another micros.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, get the micros from that.
Basically, Raiden Fighters 2 is known for having absolutely zero downtime. And another small trick with this ship, there's actually a slight way to increase point gains from shooting the boss, because the missiles actually does splash damage and doesn't do that much damage. So you can actually get some extra points by doing the DX trick. It's present in this game.
That's a carryover from Raiden DX, because in Raiden DX you would use the plasma missiles to gain chip points as well, if you know how to use that. It's actually pretty clever.
That thing will be used again with the Fairy. And he actually set up the boss here to graze Lich. Another thing to mention that every boss will time out after, 30 seconds? And timing out the boss is not the best thing, because you will lose on the kill value of the boss. Every boss beside the TLB is worth 100k.
Yeah.
And one thing to mention, there is 2 stages, or actually 3, with the target. So how the target works is you need to kill everything that the target has. And if you do that, you unlock the TLB requirement. And also there's a huge bonus by destroying everything on the next boss, or stage in this case. The boss is basically the whole stage. It's like Mushi stage 3.
What'd you say the TLB requirement is?
So the TLB requirement is destroying everything on this stage 3 and stage 6.
Everything?
Including the boss.
Not everything, but the entire of the boss. So every turret of the boss.
Oh,
so
okay. All the boss parts? Okay.
Yeah. These tanks are not counted in the sides, but in the middle, that's the boss. It just went away. That's the train boss.
Right, okay. Oh, interesting.
Also, really important score trick here to mention. Every single Vagoon has a 1k medal, so they're worth a lot. And also some really nice base points. The trains are static, they're not random. Actually, this game has basically zero randomness, beside one specific trick.
Nice.
This fairy right here, it's kinda hard to get, although if you kill everything, if you get the quick shot, actually, you get the fairy and the bomb. You see those tanks and the turrets, that's the boss on the left side.
Yeah. I'm
It's
guessing
another trick here, really important to know.
come back to get those turrets, I'm guessing.
Yep. So they're actually over the top of the tanks. If you do that, they actually pop. And if you do that for every tank, and plus the secret tank that appears after that, you get the micros. That trick will appear 3 times in the stage, so we have time to explain it better. He's actually bombing here to get the quick shot bonus. The bonus for this ship is really interesting.
Yeah, it's been using that bomb aggressively quite a lot, which is cool.
One thing to mention, there's a lot of bomb drops, and there's no extents. Only 2. There's no 1-up, no nothing.
This is no extends game, so you just have your 3 lives and that's it.
Yeah, the Raiden Mark II's damage output is fairly low, so he has to use bombs in order to supplement his damage.
Yeah, because this is I messed up earlier, but this is actually the 2P side for the Mark II, which actually has slightly different properties from the regular red Mark II, where it's got medium speed, but the fire rate's the lowest. But it does have the Vulcan shot, nuclear missiles, and cluster bombs, so...
Another score trick I forgot to mention is enemy kill values. If you destroy the tank normally like that, just kill it, it doesn't give them the same points as popping the top. I think they're worth actually 50k each by just killing them with this trick. There's a lot of minor optimizations like
You
this.
want to just
Same
turn the
trick
top
again
first?
here.
Oh, okay, just like that.
Yeah, pop the head for 3 tanks, and then the secret tank will appear.
Wow. I had to do that. You had to do that one quick. Damn.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
one is with the fairy is probably the hardest one.
That was like no extra time for him to pull it off with this shit. Damn.
Yeah.
There's actually a really easy way to understand if you're off route in this game. If you're not moving, you're off route. Actually, if you're not doing anything in any given time, you're actually off route. It's complete memorization. It helps that the game is completely static.
Yeah.
So I killed everything on this boss, basically. Yeah, everything. And now I need to fight the boss. Otherwise, it will the player will graze the boss and the patterns a bit to get some extra points.
Yeah. Like,
It's important to know that if you time out the boss, the requirement will be failed. So you must kill the boss, not the
Right.
timing out will basically kill the run.
yeah, because it doesn't like count as like the kill percentage.
Yeah, but
And
what's
the
interesting
kills.
about timing out the phases is that if you time out any other phase than the last one, it actually reduces the health of the next phase.
Huh,
So you can actually
interesting.
kill things faster if you time out phases before the one that you're supposed to destroy for the destruction.
He skipped the bonus, but right there he said 100%. And there is a bonus by medal collection, and the bonus is really easy to understand. It's just medal times bonus, the percentage bonus. So basically every medal is worth 1k at the end. He got what, 2 million from finishing the stage.
Pretty good.
Another trick here, by killing the boats in a specific way. First the side, then the turret, and then the middle, we unlock the next Icarus.
You have to do them
And
all.
if you leave them alive, there's an extra tank that spawns for an extra 30k and an extra bonus. But I think it doesn't go for them. Yeah, it's too difficult. The next Icarus here, you need to kill
Yeah.
the right tank and then the left one.
Oh yeah, nice.
Like, this is how fast this game goes. It's almost impossible to understand everything in one go.
Yeah,
It's
it almost
actually
feels like
delaying the
yeah.
tank
Oh,
there for
right.
very early.
For the fairy,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I
That
think
was,
you can get fairies through both, but it's pretty difficult unless like you have a smaller hitbox ship.
Here is doing the setup for the boss to start a Graze Leech again. But this boss is not worth that much.
Hmm.
I recommend you speak clean this boss. I think it's worth like what, 100k if you, probably more than that, maybe 300k, but it's really not worth the bomb at the time. But hey, it's extra score. Also, there is an anti-save spot if you go
Yeah,
on top of it. This is the only boss that does this.
yeah. The angle gap. Oh wow.
Some pretty clean stuff here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, next stage. This is probably the hardest stage to chain. Also, we need to mention that
Oh yeah.
there is medal drops in this game. If you drop the medal, you can save it just like Garega. Once you have one on screen, you
Yeah.
can do the same exact thing as Ibarra or Garega. Also, MAME has a notorious audio bug, and yeah, this
Oh
sound
yeah, the
effect
audio bug
is
is horrible in this.
Yeah, it's super crunchy and it's just like ow.
is the
Yeah.
only problem with the emulation. The rest is perfect.
Oh, there's an
Oh yeah,
audio
also,
glitch right
yeah,
now?
just this audio bug. Very important to know. You need to kill the propellers of these planes to unlock the next
Yeah.
secret. And yeah, it's hard. With a slow ship like this is difficult, to say the least.
Mhm.
But if you do that, some enemies will be replaced by fairies. And we need to mention
Yep.
that the medals popping off from the plane are static. There's no randomness again. The game is completely
Right.
static. And
Yeah.
there's 5 extra, I think 6 actually,
Nice.
extra fairies
There's
in the secret.
Yeah, and I think there's like one other fairy be that big playing he had speed killed if you leave that alive and do the same thing as stage 2, where you kill it as it's leaving screen, it drops a fairy as well.
I didn't know that. The next boss is kind of finished, to be fair. It's really out of place. The patterns are really not that hard, and it's the only boss that when he dies is like cancel the bullets. I'm not sure what they're doing with this boss. Really weird. And it's barely worth any points if you milk it, beside the center Vulcan. Okay, extra points. It's also really weak, it dies really easily for some reason. But again, we'll go over the secrets again, because you have 3 replays. And this replay doesn't even do most secrets, believe it or not. It's like missing half the secrets. And this is the second target stage. So again, you need to kill everything, not on the stage, but on the boss. The boss will appear shortly after this section. And there's a trick to get some extra medals here if you kill, I think the side, because the tank, like this, I'm not sure, I think the truck will be killed if you kill the middle. So you can actually kill the sides or the top of the tank before killing the middle, so you get some extra medals. Oh yeah, the medals.
Right, okay.
They kind of seem random at first, but they're actually spawned every 2 enemies you kill on the ground. This is why stage 1 is really confusing at first. So here is killing 1 tank, doesn't drop anything, and the next one will drop the medal. So this is the boss. You need to kill every single turret.
Oh, nice, the camp on the right side.
Oh yeah, there's a safe spot there.
You said you need to kill every turret. Is that for also TLB requirement?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the second requirement for the TLB.
Second requirement.
100% destruction.
Is there more?
There is one more, the last stage, but it's basically free. Like you don't even need to think about it. Only if you time out the boss. Like here, he's actually gonna kill the middle of that truck that spawned. So he lost 2 medals.
Wow.
This section is really hectic. There's like 7 secrets here. But the most important thing is if you kill those 2 things at this time, a ferry will show up. Actually,
Nice.
2 ferries.
Yeah.
We're gonna show that better on the next replay.
Oh,
Another micros there if you delay kills. Again, there's so much stuff to talk about.
yeah, there's 2 of those tanks that come from the elevators, and they both have Mikulus's if you hover over them. So that was the first one there.
I turned up the music for a second there just because it's not the music.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty funny.
But it's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's so good on cab too, because like the machine shakes like when the stuff starts for the speakers. Like,
Oh fuck.
it's so good.
These are a little breather section. Nothing is happening right now.
Is the stage order always the same on this?
Yes.
Okay.
You can actually determine it, I think.
Yeah, you
with
can determine it. Yeah.
directions. I
There's
think
a way
it's like
to,
the more optimal route. Yeah.
there's a way
like
to
predetermined?
change up the first and second stage and the air stage and the beach stage with a combination. But on the port, you just select what stage to do. It's kind of like Esperad in a way. And again,
Right,
he needs
yeah.
to kill every single thing in this section, and the screen scrolling is really annoying to deal with.
Oh, you're saying you select the
Because-
route like on the character select screen?
So yeah, if you well before you start a credit, you hold, at least for this route, I think you hold down on the joystick, which would make it airport, lake, train, beach, sky, desert, and then final mission.
Oh wow, okay.
But the direction that you hold the joystick only affects stage 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Okay. That's
If you
okay,
see
cool.
that the SWAT at the time is killing those 2 turrets at the same time, then it's not that bad to do. It's also a survival trick.
Man, there's so many tricks, but it's like, I guess if you were just trying to figure it out on your own, you just kind of like piece together the puzzle over time, like, because you wouldn't be able to figure out that there's some here and there, and then you'd have to wonder if like, are they actually everywhere? And it seems like they're just everywhere.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
same
when you're
people
just
that,
learning the game, you'll get most of them by random.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are kind of logical, like, especially when we mentioned before, quick shots, destroy the time. You start seeing, like, where most of them are, and you can start chaining them together.
I could see that being somewhat intuitive for some of it,
Yeah.
anyway, as far as like, just learning that the game has this type of thing going on.
Yeah,
The
I mean, it
pattern-
looks complicated, but there's not really that many secret types in the game, so it's actually quite simple to learn once you actually get into it.
Yeah, once you probably learn the stages
Yeah.
more and more, you can then anticipate various sections and then get more secrets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some actual
They
tough
actually-
patterns there.
They actually
Yeah.
changed the micros requirement for the releases outside Japan. Usually you need to hover the micro spot for 2 seconds in JP,
Yeah.
although it's reduced to I think half a second for US and so
Oh,
on.
okay. Pretty big.
Right.
The
deal.
US version is slightly different, but we'll explain that after. Oh, yeah, this stage is interesting background. It's actually a stock picture used in most short
Really?
games.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see it like in 5 different games.
Whoa,
It's
what's
quite
the
interesting.
location?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Looks like Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this. The architecture looks very similar, like some
Okay.
German towns.
Oh yeah,
Probably
that
not.
micros that we didn't go over it. You just over. You
Yeah,
just
the
over
triangular
the-
shipbuilding.
There's 2 more micros there, and they're hard to to unlock.
Yeah,
Difficult.
like the-
These tanks right here are so annoying. They will point blank no matter what, and they're static though. But again, they're hard because you need to juggle them, and the micros is right there on the right side, over that castle building tower. Even the player now is struggling to lock it. Wow, that was
Yeah,
close.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
2
was
seconds, that's a long time.
Right. Yeah.
And it's actually misplaced. It's not in the middle of the tower. It's slightly below. And it's quite
Mhm.
annoying. It's a bug.
Right.
Or just, I don't know.
It's got a memo.
It might go for the ferry here. No. It went for
No.
the big shot.
What is going on?
Yeah.
And one more micros before the boss. And this one is also annoying, to say the least. Because there's also that plane that drops the medal and the tanks spawning. Yeah, look at that. It's so hectic.
Yeah.
Oh, I see got it.
Oh,
There we go, nice.
And this is the quote-unquote final boss of the game.
Yeah. I think it's from RF1 too, the Raffalisa or whatever.
Kinda.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of parts, and you know, if you play for survival scoring, we want to kill every part. Basically, those 2 things on the side, and there's 2 more after the second phase.
Yeah, that
So-
graze is real, man.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
like
you
a
do-
really cool joke they did. So they made like event spawners for bullets there, and they will actually track you a tiny bit. We will show that. Like, sorry, I meant there's gonna be a threat after the boss is ended.
Yeah.
But you can actually, you know, graze leech a lot here. They knew like this game is built around score. And one really cruel thing about this game, those tanks that are spawning are actually random. That's the only section that's actually random. So once you're doing that grazing leech, you need to adapt where the tanks spawn, because they will shoot at you. So sometimes it's at the corner, sometimes it's under you. But it also means you're gonna lose some score from randomness. But it's like what, 2 medals. But again, this is the only section.
Yeah.
It's random, and it's random against you.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be too much of a deal unless it's like one of those near world record situations where everything counts.
Yeah, even if you get even if you get what's like 1 in 7 chance, like what, 15 times or something like that, you'll get
Yeah.
what, maybe an extra half a million, maybe, because
Right.
again the rule medal. So if you unlock that, you'll be here. You can actually go the next area, and these things still shoot.
Yeah,
So if you
this-
don't know, you will get killed by this. While
Right,
going up,
yeah.
they instantly change.
I've had that before too.
So you actually avoided that.
Yeah, it's like that.
And one final refill before the boss is like a unique information with 10 medals. He kept the chain until the last boss.
Something mentioned in the
One-
chat from chat, but after you die, apparently you get a damage boost for like 10 seconds. And
The rank, maybe? Yeah, there is a rank in this game, and it will be explained that for the fair replay. So
Okay,
one good thing about the TLB, he has no collision.
Nice. The dude from
And he's,
RFJ.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
from
completely
RF2,
static. Kind of look like it. It's completely static.
Right.
Once you destroy the shields and the turrets, it will repeat the same pattern. And this is the scoring pattern, actually. You can graze, and most importantly, it will shoot some tacos that you saw in the stage and in stage 2. These tacos are actually worth 20k each. And there is a really obvious graze spot for this pattern. They knew.
Nice.
Like, come on.
I love this pattern. It's so good.
They actually avoiding some because they will shoot revenge bullets at you. But again,
Yeah.
each are worth 20k plus the graze.
I mean, he has some leeway with bombs and extra light though, so he can't afford to make a mistake here. But yeah.
The reason why you're going for the TLB, besides clean the game, this is actually a huge bonus by killing the boss. It's the only boss is worth 1 million points, and also a secret bonus if you TLB clear. Only if you 1cc and TLB clear. It's like a specific bonus.
It's like about 10 million, isn't it?
Yeah,
10
10 million.
yeah. Oh, also there is a small bonus, like the medal times the extraction bonus.
Right.
It really shows how big the
Spooked.
hitbox is. That was a massive one. Unfortunately, he missed some points there by...
Yeah. Got caught up by the circle.
This pattern is static. Again, every single pattern in the game is static oriented, beside that tank thing, roulette.
Swag way.
Pretty cool patterns.
He's cutting it pretty close though.
He wheels them out after this volcan attack on the sides.
Yeah, he's trying to manipulate this one for some graze. There we go.
Nice, that was really close.
Nice.
That
good
one
job.
graze alone was like 7 medals worth.
Yeah, the grazing in this is insane. You get so many points for it.
That's nice that you actually get a nice reward for that. It's just so seldom you get that. And helps to have the graze. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, I think it's worth quite a lot more than most people expect, though. So I think I'm not sure how much it is, but I usually estimate it around about 20, 25 million, something like that. Because if you play normally, you usually clear it for about 1995. So, but grazing is quite a lot of points in this.
Okay.
And we need to mention that every ship has different grazes.
Right.
And there is a 10 mil bonus. So you want to... most players will actually try to graze everything and just die. And, that's not good. I usually say, just if you drop the medal, well, whatever, drop the medal. You really want to clear the game for an extra 10 mil. And the TLB bonus, it's worth so much. Scoring this game is quite difficult though, because the 2 extends threshold.
Yeah.
One mistake can easily kill you run.
That was pretty sweet replay. So yeah, I really like that. We got a pretty good taste of some various things here, and we'll go in a little bit more detail on some of the stuff in these further replays. But now we've got 100 million slave replay from Icarus.
And this was the quote-unquote normalized replay with like normal routes, by the way. So yeah, prepare for the even more difficult tricks.
Yeah. I tried to squeeze in as much as I could in this run. Thing is, though, I play Judge Spear Slave, which is the fastest ship in the game. But I play Judge Spear because it also has the big thermonuclear bomb type, which does a lot of damage and is quite slow to deploy. So it's actually quite good for scoring. If you pick any of the other ships, like say the Chaser or the Flying Ray, for example, it takes on the properties of that ship. So it takes its speed and the bomb type. And the standard ships have the flare bomb, which you pull the bomb button down to send further forward. But it's quite weak, that one. So I went with a bomb, which is a lot stronger, so it makes it easier to get a lot of the bigger bonuses.
Right.
Very nice. Well, let's jump right
Did we
into it then.
explain what are the slave ships?
You are a slave to the
Mm.
ship when you pick the slave.
Well, really quickly, every ship has this like secret to them. You can play as the little option, and
Yeah.
every ship shares the same 5-way shot, but it gets the speed and the bomb.
Mhm.
In
Yeah,
this case,
it's like the
usually
OP.
fast ship.
It's the best ship of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty
like-
objectively,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's because it's
So-
also
All
got the
hitbox.
small hitbox as well, which
Yeah.
makes it easier to play. But like I said before, with this being the fastest ship in the game, it's also harder for me to graze as well. With Raiden Fighters 2, you actually want to play as a slower ship if you want to start grazing for score. I do try and work in some grazing into this though, but it's actually quite difficult with the speed that I'm moving at. But you'll see some attempts at grazing at least in this.
All right, let's get into it, and you guys can, feel free to fill in the gaps for what we may have missed, and the other replay and Icarus can feel free to add his color commentary. Of course, this is his replay,
Cool.
or whatever you want to call it. So let's count down here. We're at 3:57:50 on the video.
Mhm.
I'll
I'm ready.
count us. I'll count us in here on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Of course, then we're gonna run the aces board here as well.
So Raiden Fighters Aces, I'm playing this with the arcade frame rate as well, which I think is 57.5.
They have that as an
Something like
option.
that.
That's pretty nice.
Yep.
Yes, they do. So you can play it at either flat 60 or you can play it at the original frame rate of the PCB, which is what I'm doing. So yes, I'm playing as the Judge Spear Slave. As mentioned before, it's the fastest ship in the game and also has the thermonuclear bomb, which is common with the Raiden ship. But the play method is the same. I'm going to max out the 10s here with the first Miklas, hovering over there. And then I'm going to very slowly increment the 100-point medals while I've got one slave active. So I'm going to try and uncover one at a time and pick it up as quickly as possible. 100 there, 2 from there, and then there's a 300, and then 400 there, 500 there, 600 there. You destroy them in pairs. Yeah, so 700 there. And then, yeah, so this next Miklas, you actually want that truck to crash into that tank, which then uncovers that Miklas, and I can get the thousands. And now I'm going to try and leave as many medals on screen as possible, which then pop them. I double bomb though in order to keep those tanks alive, because that's another bonus as well. And then that final Miklas under that plane on the right appears, and I can actually max out my medals.
Yep.
Yeah, so keeping that tank alive uncovers a fairy. You can accidentally kill the fairy, as I mentioned before, but if you leave it alive, it'll drop a bomb, and then you pick it up for 100,000 points. And then the boss appears. I actually suicide the 2 options here because it actually reduces rank very slightly, which makes the bullets a little bit slower to graze. And I'm going to try and graze a little bit here, but like I said before, this ship is so fast that it's actually kind of hard to get in the right positions.
Really,
but
really
I do.
good players will actually suicide one life away here to make the button even slower, but that's really, really difficult.
Yeah, that's basically master level. If you want to really drop the rank for the super slow bullets, you, like Baf said, suicide as well as kill the slaves. But I prefer to keep as many lives as possible here. I didn't do too badly down scoring, but yeah, you want to actually leave the second tank on the left alive for the Miklas and then destroy the rest of them. And you'll get the Miklas from that last tank there. And then it's just basically picking everything off as quickly as possible. There's a lot of ships that'll appear here, little bombers here that you'll get quick shots from. You want to destroy all of them as they appear. 2, there's one in the middle, one on the right, one to its left, one on the far left, one to its right, and then one on its right there, one in the middle. That discovers the fairy. Again, leave it alive, drops a bomb. There's a hover point there for that Miklas, which you'll want as well. And then when this large plane appears, I usually stay to the right here and let the shot width pick off the tank at the top, just for safety, because that thing likes to snipe you. But if you leave this large plane to start drifting back off to the right side of the screen and then kill it, it drops a Miklas, as we mentioned before.
Right.
And then this boss here, you've got 2 turrets at the back, which I use a bomb to get destroyed at the time for. And then I try and damage it as much as possible to force it to start shooting its lines so I can start grazing them. Again, though, kind of tricky to do when you're flying around this quickly, but if you use like visual cues to position yourself in certain places relative to the boss, it actually makes it a little bit easier. The thing about the bullet patterns in this game is that a lot of them can be manipulated to fire in very specific directions. And that's kind of what you want to do for a lot of the bullets from enemies. Position yourself in certain ways so that they always fire bullets straight down, which makes it easier to graze than bullets that fire at angles.
Right.
Yep. Stage 3. This one has a really difficult destroyed at a time bonus here. I think these 4 turrets you can actually destroy at once, which is really hard to do, and that's why I don't do it. But I've seen like really high level replayers get all 4 of them at once for a destroyed at a time bonus.
Yeah, I also sponsor ferry and the bomb.
Yep.
So it's worth
Exactly.
400k plus a
Yeah,
bomb.
so it's a nice little bonus if you can manage it, but it's quite difficult to do. Very, very difficult to set up.
It's not that bad with the slave ships, but with the ferries, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried, it
so-
doesn't work.
Yeah. But this stage basically going to be handled the same way as you saw in the Raiden Mark II. There's groups of these tanks which you need to hover over to pop their turrets. If you do that, then you uncover a Miklas. And the rest of the scoring is done from destroying like pairs of turrets at the same time and also destroying all the trains. And as Bath mentioned before, this stage is static, so you can memorize the positions of the trains as they come. All you need to do is just sit on top of the track, destroy the trains, and then as soon as you see the bullets coming, just sidestep them and you'll get a little bit of graze as well. I'm going to set up here for a bomb to destroy these turrets. Because, as I mentioned before, the Judge Spear has the same bomb type as the Raiden Mark II, the slow deploying, extremely strong one. So it's actually really nice to get destroy the time bonuses here because it sits on screen for so long that you can just avoid a lot of the bullets that way. Another group of tanks here that you need to hover over. You can shoot them after that as well, which is what I do. But you want to
They don't
hover
drop
over them.
medals if you shoot them.
You do. You do.
They do?
And then this train moves a bit slower, but again, you can memorize its position. I actually sit to the very far left of the screen there to shoot all the planes before they even come on screen, so it actually saves a little bit of screen space. This train's a bit tricky to get, especially when there's a lot of drones flying around, so you want to try and wipe all the drones out as quickly as possible, is what I'm doing here. And then one here, just bullet leaders, bullet leader, everything will come down.
Good positioning, so just let them down. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, like I said, with it being static, you can usually manipulate a lot of bullets into favorable positions, and you kind of want to do that with certain parts of this stage because, like I said, they try and mix it up with like little Zakko that fly around everywhere, shooting aim bullets at you while you're trying to get all the medals off the trains. So if you know which parts are like dangerous in that regard, then you can actually set up so that it's a little bit safer. Like here as well, you try and do it here because this train is so slow.
Yep.
Yeah, and so there should be another set of trains here. And then there's a set of turrets coming. Oh no, there's a set of tanks here. Yeah, these ones are kind of scary though because they start firing even in dead zone, so you want to watch out for that.
The macro stun is also really tight. He will go off screen.
Yeah. The nice thing about the slave here is that with it being a small hitbox, you can actually, dance around those bullets from those square turrets there. You can actually keep shooting like the turrets above them for destroyed at a time without having to worry about using a bomb.
One thing to mention that there's a bomb limit. Like after 7, you can't hold them anymore. And there's the bomb side there.
Yeah, he's
So
got like
you
5k.
have lots of bombs, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
You can even use them like that to speed kill maybe, or
Yeah, that was a speed kill.
some errors. Like this game is not that tight with bombs, as long you're not playing as the ferry.
You get so many bombs in this game that they kind of want you to use them anyway, so it's usually a good idea just to expend them
Yeah.
if you think that you need to, make it a bit easier to get some scoring tricks out.
So
Yeah,
what
and it's-
targets are not part of the destruction rate, by the way?
Anything that's not part of the main body of the boss. So on the train,
Just the boss.
it's
Okay.
just the turrets and stuff, which count as the destruction rate. The
Oh,
trains
wow.
that actually come down the sides don't, I think.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Just over the rock.
Yep.
We missed that one earlier. Just over the rock.
That kind
that's
of
it.
helps hint you at the TLB stuff.
Yeah,
I
it does.
would guess then.
Yeah.
Because if it was like you had to get like all the popcorn and all the side stuff,
No.
that would be kind of a little bit more absurd.
Yeah, no, it's not like 100% destruction in the whole stage. It's just 100% destruction of the boss itself.
Yeah.
That includes the actually killing the boss as well.
It's quite not that obvious at first, but yeah, it's only the body.
Yeah.
Icarus is getting the 30k there by not killing the ship. Like, if you kill the ship and then the tanks, you don't get the extra 30k, but yeah, it's 30k. Usually
Yeah.
nobody goes
Yeah,
for
there's
that.
A couple of those submarines, when they're beached, you can actually leave them so they release a tank, but it's actually kind of scary to get all of them there. I'm only really go for one of them. I'm actually setting up for destroyed at a time here as well, which is something that DGM didn't do. You can actually destroy those two side tracks, turrets on the two side tracks at the same time. Use a bomb just to make it a bit easier as well.
Also, this game gets the reward of the best water. Look at the side. Go.
Yeah, 3 FPS water.
Yeah, great.
Seriously,
effect.
like impressive art style for everything. So much detail.
Yeah, and then you've got the water which moves it 1 or 2 frames a second.
It's good.
I just use a bomb there to make it safer to kill because that timeout pattern is kind of annoying to deal with.
Mhm.
And then the Sky Stage. I actually find Sky Stages in Raiden Fighters games to actually have really difficult visibility.
Yeah, especially Jet Phase 1. Oh, God.
Yeah, Jet's horrible for visibility. This one isn't too bad, but the bullet contrast is kind of hard in this one, so you have to be extra alert for this. It's also very easy to get sniped by some of the tail turrets as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, same principle as before. You want to destroy all of the planes, the big planes in this one for the bonus. You actually get it destroyed at a time if you destroy the pairs of turrets on the body at the same time, so it's worth trying to go for them as well.
Most people actually get scared from that, but you actually can shield the 2 middle turrets,
Yeah.
but not the tail. The tail will point blank you every time.
Yeah.
But if you just push up and kill the middle, that's it. You just kill the middle. And there is the
Interestingly, if you do miss one of the big planes, you don't get fairies here. You get I think it's the bombers that you quick shot instead. But
kamikaze bombers, yeah.
they transform into fairies.
Oh,
So
nice.
Really cool secret.
yeah,
And again, the weird boss.
yeah. This boss, I think, actually this is my first life on because stuff happens.
Oh. Let's see. Oh,
It's not. Yeah, there we go. It's not a difficult boss, but it can be a little bit annoying to deal with sometimes, especially with the low visibility.
Oh yeah, and the bullets in the game are generally pretty fast too. So
Yeah,
either getting
really
hit by
fast.
something usually or not knowing you get.
that was a really good way to lose a life there. He recovered already.
Yeah.
The recovery is something in this game. If you die, you might get limped, although you'll get the spawns, you get some extra stuff when you die, and the Zakos, the blue Zaku will be replaced with power-up carriers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you do lose a little bit of
Psycho.
points because of the requirement to actually get all the power-ups first before you start getting medals from those Zakko again. Small hitbox here, so you can actually sit on the side of the screen and graze a little bit here. You do have to watch though, because not all of it is grazable, as you can see. We are
Correct me
approaching
if
the
I'm
boss.
wrong. Those are the tanks counted towards the TLP requirement. Those tanks
I
that
don't-
the boss shoots.
I don't think so. I think anything on the actual boss body does, though. So turrets and some of the tanks as well. One thing that is interesting to note is that large round turret that you saw me destroy on the left leg there. There's actually a pair on the right leg, and you can get destroyed at a time if you leave them both alive until it's done a full loop. But that's actually really difficult to do. And there's like basically a super high level optimization. It's only like worth 100,000 points or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the
1 million is not that bad, although optimizing them from that is bonkers.
Yeah, optimizing past 100 million is like extremely difficult. This boss does feature a lot of turret pairs though for destroyed at a time, so you kind of want to try and do that. Is what I'm doing here for that one.
Many bombs now.
2 bombs. Yeah. And then I'm probably gonna get sniped here in a second.
Oh,
There we go. Yep. I knew it.
No.
yeah, that's.
Remember.
You know why that happens? There is an off-screen turret actually shoots off-screen. It's like a
Yep.
bug,
Yeah.
and
It's
it
kind
also
of
got
annoying.
me during my
Yeah.
It's
So that's
obviously me.
trying to get the Mikluses there is actually kind of scary because you can get sniped by something like you don't see, so it's quite tricky. So now I'm actually on my last life. Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting going from here all the way to the end while scoring. But
The
I think
next
it's-
section requires really good screen control because right now they will actually point blank you, and you
Yeah,
must be hunting at this correct spot. This thing right here is hard to do, not bombs.
and I've got the homing options as well, which makes trying to get the destroyed at time bonus really difficult.
Yeah. But that's one good thing about having your last life. You get the as soon you die and get the slaves, you get homing slaves. It's
Yeah,
not that bad. But it's really interesting to think that even again with only 2 lives on extents, you still want to suicide for score.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
pretty slow section here. Just make sure you destroy all the things on the right side as well. The little trucks, tank carriers, whatever they are.
If
I'm
these things
actually
goes off
trying to-
screen, you lose the
Yeah.
TLB. Like you must know where to go.
Yeah.
Luckily the seal.
Also, manipulate the
that's
score to manipulate the screen to make sure some turrets don't shoot me until I'm ready as well.
Yeah, cause so they're bullet sealing on a lot of stuff, eh?
Maybe. Not everything, but most. The tanks, yeah, and the turrets, they really
just-
mean.
Or you're
turrets.
just killing those so quick that they don't get the fire.
No,
I'm
they
killing
seal,
them.
although the big turrets don't seal.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the music
Boss music
changes,
is
the
awesome,
boss,
by the
it's
way.
pretty cool.
Yeah. The boss music is really good in this game. It's the best one in the series. And again, we didn't mention this, but the screen is actually slightly moving to this boss, so the patterns are slightly like messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not
shifting a
the
little bit.
same,
Slightly off 15.
making the
Yeah.
grazing this boss really difficult, but it's worth a lot. And again, the target destroy rate is just 206 times 100. That's it. It's barely a bonus to think
Yeah.
about it.
It's a nice bonus, but it's not really too important considering that you can make that up with big grazers and a couple of medals.
Visibility here is kind of orange on orange is not the best, although it's not that bad. Just because it's speak clean those kamikaze bombers, you don't see them shoot, but they will point blank you. Like they do the Raiden DX thing. They go off screen and then they shoot.
Yeah. They'll shoot as they're exiting.
You don't
like
even
the
see what
golden
kills you.
planes.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot in this game.
Another really small MAME emulator. Emulation bug. You see those shadows there from the houses?
Yeah,
There is
they don't-
actually transparency in the PCB and the port, but in MAME no. That's the only 2 things that MAME has problems with. I mean, I guess the macro is invisible if you unlock it. Makes it slightly easier. It's slightly harder to unlock on MAME, but yeah.
Right.
MAME emulation is basically perfect for this game. And the port are so good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's going to be interesting, at least for the new port, to see if it's as good as like the 360 port in terms of responsiveness.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the new port is. To be honest, it's as good as Aces, then it'll be a nice way for people to actually experience this game on modern systems.
Homing, making work here.
I actually didn't want homing at this point. I wanted to keep the wide sweeps, but I picked up an extra bomb. Yeah, it'll come in handy though. This.
It does help for the black backs right there on the left side. I almost got point blanked off screen. That's so they just instantly shoot. Barely on screen they really shoot. And these turrets, we didn't mention it. The big turrets, they actually they actually give the destroy at the time bonus if you kill them at the same time. Although it's good.
Yeah, it's
so we're actually gonna see the advanced graze here. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to do it. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty tricky to do, but those two small circular turrets at the top there will continually fire at you as you are close to them, but they can only fire in one of 4 directions. So you kind of want to just manipulate it so you can just sit there and graze for a while. But I think Bath mentioned before that the tank appearance here on the bosses is random.
Messed you up.
Yeah, they're random, so you kind of need to adjust yourself.
It's a really fun race, green arrow. What a bad luck.
Really annoying this bit.
Lucky there though. Extra medal.
Oh, I see. You don't want them spawning on that left side or that.
I mean, you can adapt to everything really. Like everything is you can adapt. Although they're random. It only matters if you're doing world record, I guess, for that extra alpha million.
Yeah.
But there's only like what 10, 12 of them. They stop coming. One more
there's not that many of them.
And only odds tank drop the medal, so you can get what 6 medals maybe.
Yeah. I actually wanted to hold on to a bomb there just to make the final boss absolutely safe, because I think I need 3 bombs for my strat in this one.
It's a really fun boss to score.
Yeah, it needs to be. It's not as high as D-Gens at this point, I think, the score. But like I said, if you're a bit lucky with that silo boss, you can actually graze for quite a long time and get quite a lot of points.
I will explain the grazing system during the ferry replay. It's actually more advanced than it seems.
Yeah, the ferry is like what you want to use if you want to go for crazy grazing in this game. Red Eye.
But it's way more important to keep the medal and clear the game if you want to score. Like doing absolutely 0 grazes, it gives you like 90 million if you score. Sorry, if you clear. Maybe 80, depends. But the medals are like half the scoring system, which is good.
Yeah.
And then you want to throw off like leeching bosses like this one.
Yeah.
Doing crazy leeches. Really depends on how much you want to do. It's a fully open game. You don't need to do like like Dodonpachi, the maximum bonus. That's it. You can choose if you want to avoid some bosses like Icarus did, just the beach stage, or just make everything, or maybe reset until you get the perfect RNG on the turrets.
Yeah.
Someone did probably. Are you scared there by tapping left too much?
I mean, like I said, this ship is fast, if I can over tap, I end up flying into it. So at this point, I think I just wanted to do the pattern as safely as possible.
Yeah, like once you see you have 90 mil, you win. Like if you want that 100 mil, because there's a 10 mil bonus again.
Yeah, 100 million is. It's a tiny amount of optimization to do in order to get it, but
like right now, by just killing the boss, it gives you that 1 mil and bonus.
So manipulate those 2 streams, and then I think I speed kill this bit. Yeah, there we go.
Barely.
Nice.
Barely fleeing the threshold. He's gonna get an extra at 70. No. 90k.
900, yeah, 900,000 here. Yeah, so could have been what 1.1, 101, 102, but yeah, just wanted to get the last boss a bit safer. Fun ship to play though, just flying around at breakneck speed and shooting everything down. But like I said, it's not the best ship to play for grazing.
I mean, yeah, you're playing it for the bomb for the most part, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I did try to work in some grazing in this one. Actually, this score I actually did during STGT. Because I think you remember, I mean, you mentioned it earlier when you were playing the Shmups 4 tournament. I actually got this score during that tournament.
Oh, wow. I think I only managed like an 80 million score at the time.
You played perfectly.
What was funny is that I wasn't actually taking part in the tournament. I just dropped in a score for fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're playing Raiden Fighters 2, I'll join in.
One thing about the 360 port, it saves the score?
Yes, it does, yeah.
It's truly an amazing port.
Yeah, the port's great, but as I mentioned before, the leaderboard is quirky. They actually wipe the leaderboard every 1 or 2 years. So if you're not saving your scores to hard drive, then you're going to lose them.
It's weird.
I'm kind of hoping that they don't do the same thing with the new port, because that would be extremely dumb. But yeah, a lot of really good replays have been lost, and I've tried to keep a couple of them. Lilia Kranz is still playing, actually, the player that you saw on my replay list there. He's one of the highest scoring players on the port, and he plays quite a lot of different ships, and I think he streams on YouTube as well, if I remember correctly. But he's still at it.
Cool.
Nice. What's the name?
Lilia Kranz.
We could get a link to his channel at some point. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a link on Discord when I get it, because I think he uses a different name on YouTube, but it's the same player from what I remember.
It's always cool to see people still cracking away at these older games and all that. So
yeah, Trap says he's basically going for world record in every ship. So yeah, it is the same player.
Okay, that is the name.
Yeah.
Well, GG Icarus, that was cool to watch, and we do have one more with the ferry. This will be Bav's replay. 102
Before
million.
showing the replay, I think we need to show the graze box for the ships. It's last message I sent in the chat.
Okay.
So you have an understanding of how big they are and why ferries are good.
Okay, sure.
2 weeks ago, still playing. Wow.
Get that ready. Suppose that works. There, it's on screen.
So most ships are kind of weird for the graze. We can see like for some reason they decide to completely mess some ships, like the first one that doesn't even get graze on top. But the most important thing are the ferry. So the ferry is really small, like the hitbox is super small.
Oh, wow.
And she has a massive graze box. The hitbox is actually smaller than that. It's like an approximation, but the ferry is much smaller than that. It's like 3 pixels maybe. For a Raiden game, that's completely nonsense. And you're gonna see me doing some completely nonsense tricks.
Right. I think one other small tidbit that's also on the wiki is that apparently on player 2, the hitboxes are also slightly bigger by like a few pixels.
I'm gonna explain that during the run, because there's also a interesting oversight with that. And it's
cool.
Interesting.
All right.
Right on. All right. Well, interesting stuff. Are we ready to get into the replay?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Up here. And you're also playing on the Raiden Fighters Aces.
Yeah, this is actually emulated with Xenia.
Oh, nice. Okay. Pretty cool that it works out.
I think the chat is a little messed up on the overlay. The Discord chat.
All right, I'll count us down here. In 3, 2, 1, go.
So we got the glorious 4K, because I like to record a really high quality. So the ferry is actually the slave of the Micros. You don't get like the really weird ship, you actually get the ferry this time. So I'm playing on player 2 side, and there's a interesting oversight maybe, or design choice. The shots are green, and the bullets are yellow. Yeah. The visibility gets even worse with this ship. But the added bonus is both vertically, in both vertical axes, you actually get 4 more pixels of graze. So every single time you graze, you get the extra 8 pixels of graze box. Which is like an extra maybe 20% every time you graze.
Oh wow.
On every single bullet, so yeah, you want that. I didn't really experiment with player 1, but the change was about 5 to 10 million.
That's a lot.
Just for grazes.
Just for
Yeah.
like just being pixel perfect and whatnot.
Yeah, 4 extra pixels both axes.
Pretty slick.
So I already
Something you
Stage 1 really
can
fast.
work on over time, I'm sure.
So the fairy has a really interesting bomb. She's the only ship that
Yeah.
actually gets full immunity from projectiles.
Yeah,
While bombing.
and the fire is also like super powerful too. So it's like a pretty good choice if you want to go for like a first survival clear, so you can just rip through bosses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Actually, the
Probably
fire
the
thrower
strongest.
is really weird. It's multi-segmented. So if you point blank in a big target, you actually deal more damage. But if you just shoot it like a tank, it doesn't die. It really just lingers on.
So it's just
And
like the point of the game.
it has the same trick as the missile in for that Raiden ship. If you just shoot the flamethrower like raw, not shooting, you get an extra 20k on the bosses. It's like another alchemy trick.
Okay.
You can kind of see like I'm getting points while the bullet is not even close to me. That's the player 2 trick. But it comes to a great price. Yeah, the shot is green. It might trip you up on some stuff. Also, one weird quirk of the ferry that the slaves are the same. Sometimes you can get confused on which one is your ship when you get traced.
Right.
But they shoot, like there's a different animation, but you don't have time to understand which one is you. This matters
it's
in
like-
stage 3 only.
Right. Just keeping track of everything on screen.
There is a bug with the bomb though that not many people know. You can actually, if you bomb, you're completely safe for bullets. Like you just cancel bullets because the flamethrower hitbox is so big. It actually goes over your sprite. It's the same for Micros, I think, but it's weird. This is a bug because in Raiden Fighters Jet it's actually fixed. It's an oversight. So this bug
Interesting.
can actually, that's why the fairies are good from this bug, and obviously the grazer
Right.
and the bomb and everything else. But
Yeah.
this trick with the bomb, it allows you to get so much extra score. And
yeah.
because over here with the graze is actually a chain that starts and it maxes out at I think 1 second. This is different than the first Raiden Fighters game.
Oh.
As this really shows how small the hitbox is, and you can actually do this with the ferry. Completely dead zoning the
So-
planes and just doing that.
Yeah. Yes. The grace points is a per frame basis starting at 10 and increasing by 10 points every frame until reaching the max of 1,110 points per frame.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you go hard,
Oh.
you will be rewarded hard.
One small thing about MAME as well is the colors are slightly wrong, but like extremely slightly wrong. Doesn't even matter, but
Yeah.
Micros there on the building. This is where the fairies can trip you up because you don't want to kill those tanks. So you can actually get confused on which one is your fairy during this section.
Yeah.
She's kind of slow, so you really want to route to the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played this
And
card
the medal went
before.
off screen there. I didn't lose it because I had medals on Misc. It's the same exact thing as Garaga. In stage 3. If you keep one or stage 4, you keep one alive, like on screen, Even if you drop it, you don't drop it. And once you collect the max one, the values changed again. But if you collect the low value and then the big value and then the small value, well, you lose it. But thankfully, you don't lose the medal back to the the green or blue one. You just get the X medal again at 10k.
Okay.
But if you're not gonna get, it's the same exact system. Or but rather, Michael said that trick is actually really difficult with the fairy because she's so strong. She can actually kill the tanks. I don't go for the extra fairies because that's just too difficult. The next Macrus, you're gonna see how annoying it is. I actually don't shoot and keep my bomb like to the side to prevent killing excess stuff.
Yeah.
And one small quirk of player 2 is also the Texas green. Cool. But this design choice really doesn't help on like this section. The visibility gets terrible. But that's the price to pay for extra grays.
Yeah, just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, Plasma had mentioned in the chat that the fairy graze does start at max from the first frame.
Oh, really? That's
Interesting.
why. That's another reason why the fairy is so good. I actually didn't know that. I wonder why. Is it Micros or just the fairy? I feel like she's extremely bugged. She's just untested from the damage alone.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just like joke character stuff and they're just like, yeah, just leave it in.
I don't think that's documented on the wiki. That's another section where the slave can mess you up sometime. And I actually do one specific trick here. I don't shoot. You see that tank right there? That turret, the blue turret just went to screen. There's a really cruel joke that the game can pull you off. You can actually kill that turret and the medal goes immediately off screen and you lose it.
Right, and
That's
like
really important for the fairy. Yeah, you just bomb to kill the sides and not the middle. You saw like the bomb didn't kill the middle, even if I was using the bomb over it. It took it like what, a couple of seconds to even flash, and I just skipped this boss. I don't really care.
And just delete it.
One bomb to do it.
Yep.
That's how good the fairy is.
It's just nonsense. I lose some grace, but getting here on runs was really difficult. Like the resets on stage 1 and 2 and 3 were terrible. I should do this stage first. This stage with the fairies, yeah, you said the visibility is bad. Yeah, think again.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
sky.
I can't see the bullets here. Also, she's so small. She's so slow.
You have to like red it out a lot. So you don't get anything to drop.
Very slow.
I think a
And
lot of
again, the
medals are-
explosion of the medals are static, so helps a lot. It helps a lot. See, I see all those middle things. I was really afraid of those point blank at me, but once I learned that, they don't kill me anymore. But it's really difficult. If you trip up even once, that's it. It's an instant reset because you lose the medals, you lose the fairy, you lose the life, you lose the bombs, you lose everything. That's it. Also, if you can hear the bug is not present, like the audio bug, much more quieter.
The weird audio crunch, yeah.
The music sounds way better, which is important. I'm actually dead aiming these enemies here, so it shoots straight like that. I memorized where to stay for that. It matters for stage 2 and this one and there's a stage. I grazed this one a little bit, but it's barely worth anything. Oh yeah, I can see that like it starts at the max value. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. If it's like a joke character, but hey, she's good.
Well, the slow speed does seem kind of a downside,
Yeah.
so...
Although
I
it
mean,
helps for grazing.
Yeah.
The speed feels really good, although she struggles on the stages. Macros there, said it earlier, just over that. That's it. I'm gonna explain all the little secrets.
Well, it's like fast speed usually compensates for like not having your routing like perfectly
Yeah.
good. So it's
Like here, if you're in a bad position, that's it. You cannot recover. You must memorize exactly where to stay at any given time. Like if I'm not there on the corner of the screen, yeah, I cannot kill that in time. But it helps that the game is completely static. I'm not going for the 30k there. No point.
that music sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Also the
this
remember the
goes-
best looking water ever.
Yeah.
Okay,
this
so
is-
there's a bug here. Before I forgot, I think you saw some like projectiles from those tanks. They're like the Raiden DX projectiles. Those are not. You're not immune to those. It's a bug. I'm not sure why you actually die from those projectiles if you bomb. And I think because the hitbox is bigger. Well, I don't know really. These things right there, those like circular looking bullets, you can actually die. Only from those tanks. Not for the any other projectiles, just those. Also, this is where I took my first and only suicide. I suicide in a really specific way, so I actually get max power instantly, as you can see. And I do that because the bomber is stuck. So yeah, I'm already at
You just
max
wanted more
power again.
bombs? Oh, okay.
I needed the 2 bombs because my route was safe to prevent like getting stuck in stage 2 and 3 and cry. Because
Right.
stage 2 and 3 are just 3. 3 is so that heavy. Miss 1 medal, it's like 5 million for every. No,
So it's just
maybe
like
not
more
much.
So it's just
like
more
2 million
consistent
loss
for you.
every time. Yeah, it's a massive
Okay.
loss of score. Again, the ferry can really dodge projectiles. This is where I use it again. You can see me barely hitting the bullets but not dying. Because the hitbox actually moves when you move slightly. But that matters for the ferry.
So when you die,
kinda
does
fun.
the medals go back to 10,000 then?
No.
or-
You
No.
keep the medals until you
Oh.
drop them. They go off screen. So if they're
Not
on the
many,
ground
yeah.
and they go off screen, you lose them. Like they spawn instantly. Sometime.
So
Not every time,
so
but
does it
some
go down to
specific
10k or where does it go
10K,
down
yeah.
to?
10K.
10k, yeah.
It's not that bad. You can rebuild it, but you know it's still a pretty massive point sink. This section right here is completely nonsense with the ferry.
Depends where
If
you
you don't
drop it.
pull off this route, you lose the medal or you die. And here I place myself in that section so I can get the medals. Sorry, ferries and the bombs. 4 bombs. Suddenly lost 1 ferry there. And actually I cannot shoot because the tank will appear. And let's remember that it's the same exact thing you killed. Same exact mistake that Icarus did.
This section sucks ass, God. Hate it so
Yep.
much.
Also, now I'm off route, so I'm like completely
Yeah.
flying around. Really, like the way to understand if you're on route, if you're not moving, you're off route. You must move every single time.
Yeah, this game you're moving quite a lot to, set up for things or getting bonuses.
Yeah, I forgot. I standstill for a single half a second, and I lost 50k from the quick kill because I forgot. There's absolutely no downtime. But at least look at my bomb counter. At least I got them. I got the correct bombs. I bombed here because I was too afraid. You can do this without a bomb, but with the ferries, it's not happening. And if you don't kill them in time, you lose the TLB. There's
Right.
basically no time to. Yeah, there's no time. For some reason, that medal stayed there. It didn't drop. I don't know. Sometimes you don't drop medals, sometimes you do. If stuff goes off screen. I think if they go off screen down, like the downward, you drop them during like the screen. During this boss, I meant. But sometime up, like sometime upward, you lose them. Sometime not. I don't know.
Huh.
Matters on the train stage and this. But if you see a medal, collect it. Don't leave it. Again, same thing here. I'm sealing so I can get the 1k. Kill that. It's actually scary because the visibility is so ass. I cannot see the projectiles in time. For this like really bad design choice of making the second player green.
Well, sometimes those like enemy explosions have like little circular balls of fire too. That looks kind of misleading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of obfuscate what's going on.
There's 2 extra things there that, so actually 1. Sometimes that turret lives, stays alive, and yeah, that's a medal I need to worry about now. Taunting me up there.
Oops.
There's a really cruel joke that the game can pull. Sometime after the stage ends, some turrets spawn. Like if you didn't kill them, one were going up and down. Remember that section with like this carry? Yeah, look at the corners now. There's 2 extra turrets there that sometime they don't die.
Huh.
Where like the second row. I remember Andrew losing a run to that.
Interesting.
Final stage.
Yeah. Music is so good. Yeah, this section with visibility is terrible.
Yeah.
Green on scrolling background with yellow projectiles.
Yeah.
But as long as you're moving, like remember the kamikaze enemies. Look how fast they are now. Tell me if you see the bullets. The bullets
That's
somewhere.
the same stuff for real battle phase 1.
Yeah.
Yes, in RFJ,
Yeah.
I see the shadows. There's actually like transparency now. You can see the Icarus in the port and in the PCB as well. Yeah, that's it. That's the only like problem with the stage. Problem.
So you wouldn't see the shadows of the enemies at the top.
No,
of the
you
screen?
see them, but they're not gamma. Like they're like black. They're not transparent.
yeah,
But
the
it's
shadows are
like-
solid on emulation. They're not transparent, so you
Sometimes
kinda
like
can't
your
really
Michael's
miss it.
appears, but where? You don't see the Michael's. This
yeah.
bomb is so precise. I have no idea how precise the bomb is timing. Look off like yeah. With this
Sniper
speed, I need
tanks.
to do this really convoluted strategy to get
I'm
the
trying to be
Michael's.
Raiden right here at those sniper tanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
one
pretty scary.
extremely mean thing they can do. Usually you say like just hug the screen and speed kill them off screen, right? So then they'll shoot. Yeah, they're gonna drop the medal. I kid you not, they actually drop the medal if you kill them off screen.
Yeah, I've seen that
yeah.
before. It's not pleasant when
Like
it
that
happens.
tank right there on the left corner, I actually waited for response and then I kill it. You cannot hug the screen.
Yeah.
That's a really annoying bug or oversight. I almost dropped medal here. That was scary. to say the least.
Oh.
I think the meta collection is actually with player 2 is actually bigger. Like the Grace box actually works as a collection box as well. So yeah, that's the proof that player 2 is bigger. If you would have dropped medal there, that was like what? Up to 5 million as a loss.
Yeah, it's a huge point loss if you drop a medal there.
This is the advance Grace. With the ferry, you can actually stay there, but if you move too much, they will. The turret will stop firing like that.
Yeah,
And because
the
they're
turret-
random, I need to like see like on the corners, like is there a tank there? And I need to adapt.
Yeah.
That one doesn't
Yeah,
do
the turret-
anything.
The turret has a proximity where it'll start firing, and if you move too far, then it stops
Look
firing.
now,
You
look
won't
at the
see-
graze box. See, I'm not even close. I'm still grazing. That's the other proof.
Such a nice.
So I know a bomb to actually keep grazing. This is why I need the 5 bombs in stock.
Oh.
Another thing, I forgot what. I just forgot. Whatever. Oh yeah, there is dead zones in this game, like Yagawa games. You cannot kill stuff instantly. It matters when the tank is close. You actually cannot kill it until it's off screen, and it will drop the medal if you get off screen. It's annoying.
Oh, that happens all the time in Pink.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the
Um,
time.
Yeah, I'm actually knocking the boss a little bit to get some extra medals. But this boss is entirely static. There's no, I mean, beside the things, the thanks. Also check this out. What happened here?
Ooh,
Dude.
Another reason why it's small, like the face is so small.
dude.
Yeah, that's how small the hitbox is. I just raced through a wall.
That's
Setting
fucking
it close
hilarious.
I don't know how I did that. I just
Worked
went
out.
through a wall.
Time for red eye. It's still not free though.
Maybe. Sadly, because I took a miss on the death stage, I was missing a bomb here. Sorry, I meant alive. I usually want to die during the TLB to restock on bombs, but I couldn't. So I do a really precise execution here to kill everything. The slaves are actually working, so I leave that alive to precisely kill it when it's going down, making the whole fight static. So you can actually bomb with the ferry. You want to save up 4 bombs, so you bomb,
Okay.
get the tacos, and then graze. But there is not oversight with the bomb. The Zakos can actually kill you if you bomb. You're not invulnerable against the Zakos or
Oh,
It
it's
enemies.
like
seems to like collide into you. Okay.
Yeah, if you touch them, you die
Yeah.
during the
Oh.
bomb. Also notice that red glow in the eye. It's so good. It like trace behind. It's such a good detail. You can barely see it if you don't pay attention to it. Such a cool thing. Here I couldn't bomb because I need a bomb for next phase, so I just dodge. Sadly I lost 300k maybe? Yeah, 300k sounds good, but no, it's okay. I'm still grazing while milking this boss.
Those like little thruster animations look pretty slick too. Like,
Yeah. This is such a gorgeous game.
Oh,
I almost died there, but again, the hitbox is so
that
small.
was so close.
Yeah. I seriously got scared during that thing. I seriously like jumped.
You had a lot
And
of
I bombed
cool-
here
you
to
had a
just
lot of
be
cool
cool.
skulls.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Good stuff.
Mission completed.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get the score?
Like trying for a score, like a general time.
Yeah, just in general, how long did it take you?
Learning the game took me like a couple of weeks, just with MAME learning the tricks, because there were no documentation for the tricks. Like the boat in the beach stage, I had no idea how to trigger the micros. I just played, watching Airpost run, and then helping Andrew to fill up the wiki.
That's not bad, actually. A couple of weeks to learn that. Pretty
Like
good.
4 credits, like 3 days. It didn't took me any much time because it's so short. I just played.
Wow.
I just practiced a lot beforehand. I just did like what
impressive.
5 credits with
Yeah.
like going for 100 mil. Sorry, I meant just playing randomly like 5 months maybe.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
opening up
it's-
the game, playing on Xenia because we were actually testing Xenia to fix the audio problems and stuff like that.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, start to finish probably 50 hours, 40 hours. 14 on the port, he said. But much more. I played much longer on MAME. Yeah, 40 hours sounds good.
Not bad.
Would you
Yeah,
guys have
I mean,
any? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that's generally the average that I hear for a lot of the higher scoring players is that it's pretty quick to learn. Yeah, I mean, it took me probably a couple of weeks to nail the route down. With it being completely static, it's not too difficult to learn either.
There is no like survival. Like I need to dodge this spot. Just like the absolutely memorization where to stay.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it. There's no
Yeah.
absolutely no dodging.
yeah. Scoring is basically your survival in this because you're wiping everything out so quickly that it makes it a lot easier to survive.
Would you say Jet had like the harder to survive game?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
seems
Jet
a
is the hardest
little-
to play.
This one seemed a little laid back in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
go on.
I don't know. It just, at least to me, like, because there are some patterns that are carried over from like Raiden Fighters 1, but they're like not as fast. So like, even just doing like basic survival won't take you all that long.
Yeah.
I remember I
Whereas,
was
like-
game over on that real phase Battle 2 stage.
You also
Oh,
get
for
sent
Jet,
back if you
yeah.
game over. Yeah, it's such a funny trick. Sorry, joke. They really like to pull off cruel jokes in Raiden Fighters 2 and Jet. That just also one with the slave chances. Like imagine someone like unlocking slave and it doesn't even know how, and just trying for weeks to end, just putting
Oh.
quarters on it. Because
Yeah.
it's a chance to unlock the slave if the machine is brand new. Just imagine how like disgusting it would be for a new player back in the days.
Well, someone
Yeah,
probably
I
got
mean-
the slave by random and was like, "Hey, how'd someone get this new score?
Yeah, well,
Right.
What happened?"
the game shows like the different ships and the leaderboards, so yeah, I should have no idea. And this is why I wanted to make the also document the game a bit. The
Yeah, that was
information are kind of
nice.
scattered around.
Yeah, it is. It's not really consolidated.
We're also
Um,
watching the stage 1 analysis.
Oh yeah, sure. We got one more thing,
Yeah.
guys, before we wrap up here. That is the stage 1. Oh, it's like from the world record ferry replay, or near
World record is like
Yeah, well, yeah.
5 million behind. If you think about it, that 5 million is like, you know, the roulette boss, maybe more grazes with the bombs. And this is basically the world record. And it's
Yeah.
it's
Are we watching
convoluted.
this
like
video?
it's so hard to track.
We're watching this
Like,
from
we're
like,
only
the beginning,
watching,
or where? For the time.
Just the first stage.
Oh, the first stage. Okay. So I'll go to the
Just
beginning.
starting from 0 until the boss will give you a good idea on how much you can optimize.
Okay, so just to show how optimized it can be. Sure.
We're gonna watch it at what 0.5 speed.
Oh, sure. Our 0.5 speed, and you just posted the replay again. Discord. You guys want to follow along?
Yeah, I sent it.
Oh, I got it, yeah.
You got
0.5
is it
speed
from
because
zero,
it
is
goes
it?
so quickly. We're actually gonna explain how the medal system is. How to acquire the X medal, because it's so much important for the route. And figuring it out, it took me like hours to understand. Like that trick with the Miklus and the truck made no sense at first.
Alright, sure, sounds good. I'm almost set up. Okay, we can get into this now at this point.
Okay.
So I'll count us in. And 3, 2, 1, go. Oh wait, sorry, I was at 50 seconds. Sorry, I gotta go back. We gotta try again.
What?
Okay, now
Okay,
actually,
what time? Yeah.
hold up. Let's go at
20? 20 looks good.
22 seconds
22, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
and 0.5 speed.
Cool. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so we can actually understand what's going on.
Slow
music.
motion.
So, first thing first, you want to power up and over the house for that like second or 2 seconds. You see like the medals are going 10, 20, 60. Again, it kind of messed up there. It goes to 90, that's max value. It bombs there because it will suicide and it needs that slave there. That slave unlocks the next tier of medals. And now is dead aiming the Zakos to get that extra graze. These grazes adds up, and it's important to know that you need to preserve the slave. Not if he dies, that's it. Game overs. You cannot unlock the next tier of the medals. There again, each 2 tanks, it unlocks the medal, and yeah, that's it. So that's what? It's at 700, I think, for an X medal. Okay, really important. He will save up that tank on the right side there to unlock the micro. See, it actually goes over with the fire, doesn't kill it. Killing the tank like that, like a secret with the truck, unlocks the micros, and now he's at max value for every medal because there are two slaves. Now, when 10 medals are on screen, they explode and unlock the secret medal. Now, he's using the bomb, not shooting, to protect the tanks. If you do that, the micros appears and it maxed out the medals at 10k because they had no medals on screen, and also the X medal secret was ready. He also left the tank alive. He's blinking, he's barely like alive. Also milking. Is also grazing milking a tiny bit. If you leave it alive, the fairy appears. And you want to kill it for the extra 20k maybe for kill value, but it's not important. He's also, as you can see, he's also grazing a tiny bit for that slight optimizations. And now there is suicides or rank. He also will suicide the slaves away using the trace. So if he collects 2, he can't do this. He needs the trace.
Right.
The rank is so low now that is actually the bullets are going much slower than it's supposed to be, so he actually gets extra points from them. Now we can actually go at full speed if you want. You can go back to full speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back at full speed myself. And yeah, that was the stage 1 trick for the max medal. I hope the explanation was decent.
Yeah, it's good to explain that out carefully because I mean,
I was actually
you have to do so
struggling
much.
keeping track even at half speed. That's how fast it is.
Yeah, I mean, you do so much in stage 1. You're gonna have to practice that up when you're doing this game. No doubt about that. If you want to get those medals built up.
It keeps the things alive. Look how you can actually notice the bullets are so slow now. And then he bombs to prevent the boss to time out for the extra 1k.
Right.
And yeah, that's what I wanted to show. Look at that score, 4.1, 4.8. Like, how completely nonsense.
Honestly, there's also commentary for this run on the site as per most of these I&H DVD releases of this time, which I don't know if there's actually any guidebook that's translated elsewhere, but
I kind of did it myself, but it's broken English. Like it says like destroy tank left, maybe micros. But yeah, we explained every single secret in this replay, beside like a couple of fairies. Yeah, we actually did. It's only missing the first fairy in stage 3. We covered over every micros.
There we go. Yeah, so a pretty thorough episode, no doubt about that. Thanks, guys, for coming on and commentate that and show us your runs. That was pretty good to see.
No problem. You're welcome.
And yeah, this will be came in with a banger on this one, 2-hour episode. So that's always hype, right? So hopefully this will be a good reference for people to check this game out and get into it and just realize that these Raiden Fighters games are kind of nuts with the secrets. Like that's really what they're all about, and they're probably like one of the top shmups with like the non-stop secrets things going on. And there's just some others and stuff, but yeah, you really are always doing something in this. So I do really like that pacing. Pretty epic, while also not being like extremely difficult. So you can get you can do the scoring and. You're just kind of using memorization to get by in a lot of cases, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I plays like Icarus in a way, just memorize almost zero dodging and randomness.
Mm-hmm.
Once you clear once, you can clear every single time and improve the score slightly. That's why the game is so great.
Yeah. I think Raiden Fighters 2 is a really good introduction for people who want to get into the series, because RF1 is a little bit like it's simpler but also slightly harder to play for score.
Yeah.
And Raiden Fighters Jet is just insane. So if you want to play a Raiden Fighters game and really enjoy it, get into 2. It's
I would agree. like just the ship selection, slightly more approachable difficulty. I mean, it's got Ghost Sato techno tunes, so like,
Yeah.
you know, his soundtracks are always goated.
Yeah, it's a brilliant little game, like, so absolutely recommend it. Plus, the new port is coming soon, so you'll have a good way to access it as well.
Exactly.
Who's
Hoping for
doing
a Steam
the
release.
Who's doing the new port? Is that City Connection or?
I think Moss are doing it themselves, from what I hear.
Oh, Moss. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, they said it's like what D4, some internal team, but I don't know if they've worked on any other ports within Moss.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the ports are like when it's released, but fingers crossed that it's good, or at least up to par with Aces. If it's anywhere near as good as Aces, then it's going to be probably the best port of call for people to play. Avoid Legacy. Do not go anywhere near Legacy.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. Well, is there any other final thoughts? Otherwise, we'll just wrap this one up.
No, go play RF2.
Yeah,
That's my
game's
final
good.
thought. Yeah, game's great.
Moss Sabo is the king of shmups.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's SCG Weekly 208 and Raiden Fighters 2. Thanks everyone for coming by, and we'll see you next time for a game.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you next game later.